Alright, g'day guys. So I recently got my hands on some player licenses for Realmworks, and I've been busy handing those out to the players and basically playing around with it pretty much for the first time, I got to admit. Player mode is something I knew was there and I've looked at occasionally, but it's nothing I've ever really paid a lot of attention to um, because, my players weren't using it. Um, I guess it's been a bit of a learning experience for me. I've found out some things and discovered the way I do things doesn't necessarily look that great to the players. So I thought I'd jump in and show you what I'm talking about. All right, so in front of me you can see Realmworks playing, and obviously as a GM you've got the Enter Player Mode button up here. So if we press that, that basically simulates you running the player mode version for yourself, allowing you to effectively see what the players see. Alright, as you can see here, I've got all my content, which is fantastic. It's great for my players, but let's just go in and have a better look at it. Alright, I'll try and collapse everything. And I think this really sort of points it out for me. My players are working through the Princes of the Apocalypse campaign. Alright, and underneath that you can see Chapter 2, Chapter 4, Chapter 7. Chapter 3, those up here. The Temple of Black Earth, the Temple of the Crushing Wave, they should be under Chapter 4. What's happening is if you go in for the deep parent and child sort of structure like I do, um, and I think Neverwinter is probably the one that really shows it to you, you have to make sure that you're actually going through and making the parent topic visible to the players. Alright, so in the case of, let's have a look at Neverwinter, Captain Dunmish is in Neverwinter Military Force, which has to be visible at the top level. Organisations in Neverwinter have to be visible at the top level. Neverwinter has to be visible at the top level. Faron needs to be visible at the top level. Because without that, there's actually another one there, sorry, that's even missing, so there's meant to be an underworld or an overworld. Without that, the structure that I use doesn't make much sense. Alright, if I didn't have Neverwinter Military Force enabled, all the organisations in Neverwinter, this guy would just be sitting under Neverwinter, and I guess for my players it would start to appear quite messy. And I think if we look up here, it's really quite clear. I really want Princes of the Apocalypse to have everything underneath it. So it's not a big learning process because obviously you just got to make sure you're aware that you're enabling the parent topic. But then I guess you've also got to start thinking about things like, if I enable the parent topic, does that give away any information? Like, is there anything in that name that's going to tell my players more than I wanted them to know? So there's a few things to take into consideration here. So I just thought I'd point this out because, it's something I'm going to have to go through now and think about. I personally, my players haven't been using the player version as much as I would certainly hope they would. I've discussed that previously, but with social media and the way it is, they love checking Facebook for updates. They love going there and having a look at what's available. But something like this that they've actually got to take the time to log into, they can't do it at work. They can't do it on their phones. They're not using it as much as I would like. So I guess from my perspective, I've always been waiting for the web view to come along, hopeful that the web view will solve that issue for me so I can, paste URLs, which means I've never thought about this. I've never sat down and actually gone, what does the player view actually look like? And is the structure and the content I'm putting in actually going to be any good for the players when I actually do decide to come and start doing it? So yeah, this is all just about giving you guys just a little bit of a food for thought, I guess, something to think about so you can take that away and maybe consider the fact of, are you going to use, the player version in the future? If the web portal comes out, would that change the way you're using the tool so that this became something you had to do? And is your content meeting a structure that's actually going to be useful? Don't know if you guys can hear that. There's a thunderstorm outside. But yeah, anyway, just something to think about, guys. Just a quick one. Um, yeah, if you've got any comments, if there's anything else you'd like to see, please leave it all below. But apart from that, I'll speak to you guys on the forums. Thanks.